Hello students, this would be the next class of finance and accounting subject. What I have taught you in my last classes, the two topics, that is liquidity ratios and capital structure ratios. In my today's class, I am going to explain you regarding the profitability ratios. Profitability ratios are altogether four. You have this gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, operating expense ratio and operating profit ratios are there. Operating ratio and operating profit ratio, and this of course this also I am going to do it later. So gross profit is nothing but gross profit. For profitability ratios, numerator will be the question and denominator will be the sales. Gross profit divided by net sales into 100 assets. So if you see this, it's like that. Next is net profit ratio, net profit divided by net sales into 100. Operating ratio, it will be, again as I said, it is divided into two. Operating ratio and operating profit ratio. Operating ratio is nothing but COGS, cost of goods sold, plus operating expenses divided by net sales into 100. So let's do this problem. As such, in the question he asked you, what did he have here? From the following particulars, trading profit and loss account, calculate profitability ratios. So how many are available? You can calculate those many. Okay. So opening stock has been given, purchases, direct expenses, gross profit, net sales, closing stock, and operating expenses, administrative expenses, selling and distribution, gross profit, financial expenses and net profit. So let's take this entire information on a slide. So I'm just going to write down this all the information. Opening stock 1400. I'm just randomly I'm writing. I'm not going to draw the trading account and all. 6400. Direct expenses 300. Gross profit 2500. Net sales, I'm just taking down all the items of trading and profit and loss account. Closing stock 600. Operating expenses, and this altogether you have, I'm just going to take out the total, I'm not going to write down separately. 1900. Financial expenses, those information I'm just taking over here. 100. Net profit 500. Gross profit already we have taken down, so let's start doing this. So we are going to do profitability ratios. The very first one under this is gross profit ratio. The formula is GP, we can write down gross profit divided by net sales into 100. So gross profit already has been given 2500. So let's take that 2500 divided by sales are how much? 10,000. 10,000 into 100. So it will come to 25%. So now we'll talk about the second one. Net profit ratio. The formula is net profit divided by net sales into 100. So here it will be net profit is 500 divided by, here he has already given in the question, so into 100. Just you need to substitute and get the answer. It will be 5%. Now the another one is operating ratio. Operating ratio, the formula is COGS, cost of goods sold. This is called cost of goods sold divided by net sales into 100. Okay, so over here it will be, we have to calculate COGS. How we are going to calculate COGS is, you need to take opening stock. We are calculating this. Opening stock is how much? Opening stock, I'm just going to write down, plus purchases, plus if at all any direct expenses are there, minus closing stock. This is how you need to calculate the COGS, cost of goods sold. So opening stock has been given in the question 1400, purchases plus 6400, it will come to 7800. Then plus direct expenses, he has given you 300, so it will come to 8100 minus closing stock. Closing stock in the question has been given as 600, so let's take that 600. So now the COGS will be 7500. Okay, so we got the numerator now, 7500 divided by, the sales are 10,000 into 100. So here your operating profit ratio will be 75%. If you calculate this, it will be it will be 75%. So now the last one, operating profit ratio. The formula is COGS plus operating expenses operating ratio, you take only COGS, but in operating profit ratio you need to take COGS plus operating expenses divided by net sales into 100. So here it will be 7500 plus operating expenses, it's been given in the question 1900, so take that 1900 divided by 10,000. Financial expenses also you need to take. Okay, so here it will be 2000 into 100, so here it will be 9500 divided by 10,000 into 100, so it will be coming to 95%. So this is how we are supposed to do this problem. Profitability ratios are mainly 4, but they are again divided into, I'm just going to show you, there also, these all are the profitability ratios also: return on assets, return on capital employment, return on shareholders equity, and earning per share, dividend payout, and price earning ratio. So let's do this problem on return on total assets first, return on capital employed, and return on shareholders fund. Then we are going to do problem on the others. Okay, so time being, so I'll write down the complete information in the, then we are going to do a problem. Share capital, it is 8 lakhs. Reserves 2 lakhs. 8% debentures 2 lakhs. creditors 1,60,000, fixed assets 1 lakh, current assets 3,60,000. So now the very first one what he asked us to calculate is return on total assets. And also in this question the further part is, I didn't wrote that. So your net profit, net operating profit, this is the further information. Net operating profit before taxes is equal to 2,80,000. Assume tax rate is equal to 50%. Dividends declared are 1,20,000. Okay, so now I am going to take that information also. Net profit net profit before taxes 2,80,000. Tax rate has been given as 50%. Dividends has been given as 1,20,000. So what you're going to do over here is you need to take in the numerator the formula net profit after tax divided by total assets into 100. Total assets are nothing but 1 lakh plus 3,60,000. So it will be 1 lakh 13,60,000. 1 lakh it is. This is 10 lakhs. So now fixed assets are 10 lakhs and it is 3,60,000. So altogether it is 13,60,000. If you see this, it is 13,60,000. So here it is one more zero. 13,60,000 it is. Okay. So here also 13,60,000 in the new denominator. Net profit after tax he is asking us. So what is the net profit we have? 2,80,000 into tax you need to do 50%. So that is how we are going to get the numerator after tax. 1,40,000 it will be. So 2,80,000 minus 1,40,000. So net profit after tax will be 1,40,000. So we need to take in the numerator 1,40,000 into 100. So how much it will come to? 10.29%. Okay. So this is the first one. Now the second is asking return on capital employed. The numerator will be same, return net profit after tax, but for the capital employed, what all the things include, I am just going to write down. Capital employed will be equity share capital, preference share capital. I am just write down the short forms because it will take a lot of place. Profit and loss, reserves and surplus, plus if at all any debentures are there, plus long-term loans, minus if at all any fictitious assets are there. So what we have in our question is share capital. So we are going to take for equity preference, we are going to take 8 lakhs plus profit and loss has been given. No, it's not given. So any reserves? Yes, reserves have been given 2 lakhs. So we are going to take 2 lakhs plus if at all any debentures are given. Yes, 2 lakhs. Any long term loans, that is debenture itself, no fictitious assets. So we are just going to add all of them. So this will be a numerator. It is 12 lakhs. So the formula is net profit after tax divided by capital employed into 100. So here 1,40,000 divided by what we got, 12 lakhs into 100. So it will come to how much? 11.9%. Now the third formula is return on shareholders fund. Your shareholders fund, that is nothing but equity shareholders fund. We did earlier of this in earlier video. It includes equity share capital, preference share capital, profit and loss, reserves minus fictitious assets. So equity share capital is 8 lakhs plus reserves 2 lakhs. We need not to take the debentures over here. So it will be 10 lakhs. Then denominator will be 10 lakhs now. Same formula, net profit after tax. I'm just going to write down over here. Here I'm just continuing over here. Return on shareholders fund, net profit after tax divided by equity shareholders fund. It will be equity shareholders fund, it will be 1,40,000 divided by 10 lakhs into 100. So it will be what? It will come to 14%. So this is how you are supposed to do these problems, return problems. If at all anything return has been given, you need to consider it as it is related to net profit. So in the numerator you are going to take the net profit before tax or after tax accordingly, and the denominator will be the question. So with this I'll wind up the class. I hope you understood it. If at all you have any doubts regarding any of the topics, you can ask me. So I'll wind up the class now. See all of you guys. Further problems I'm going to do in my next class. See all of you guys. Bye all of you.